When a native English speaker is learning another language, the make or break point usually comes when it's time to learn how to conjugate verbs. Because in English, we don't really conjugate our verbs. We kind of do, but just not really at all compared to a lot of other languages like Portuguese. Now, up to this point in my journey, I haven't really given any intentional time to learning verbs, but today is the day. Now, I found this website which conjugates verbs in Portuguese. And I typed in ser, thinking it would be harmless, but I was wrong. What on earth is this? It just keeps going. I'd like to point out that this is the exact same conjugation list in English. Notice that all of these, it's just the same thing over and over again. Will be, will be, will be, will be, will be. Were, was, had been, and so on. But in Portuguese, it just keeps changing. It just keeps changing. And there's all these, so many different cases. I found this website, conjugamos.com, which is kind of like flashcards, I guess. I'm not sponsored by them, but it seems like a fun, interactive way to practice the conjugations. All right, so the verbs we're going to be going over are ser, estar, ficar, ir, fazer, poder, falar, dizer, querer, gostar, which I believe has a G after it, olhar, and ver. I understand that in Portuguese there are IR, AR, and ER verbs. So I feel like this list, in addition to being just a list of extremely commonly used verbs, is a nice mixture of the AR, IR, and ER verbs. We do only have one IR verb here, but that's okay. And it's also a good mix of regular and irregular conjugated verbs. Here we go. Nós. So nós somos. Nós podemos. All right. El vemos. Now, I don't remember. Or no, sorry. El vemos. That doesn't make any sense. El veo. I see. El vejo. Oh, that's right. Because I was reading a comment and someone said, quando eu vejo seus vídeos. The person was saying, like, when I see your videos, I have to click on it, which, thank you very much. So, eu vejo. Eu vejo. You see is você vê. He sees. Ele vê. We see. Nós vemos. You guys see. Vocês veem. This would be vocês falam, right? Falam? Okay, that's right. Ele quer. So he wants. He wants. Ele quer. Okay.
Ele quer.
Ele quer. Eu quero. O que ele quer. So I want what he wants. Right? Okay. Ela fala. That's easy. Ela fala. Eu gosto. Eu gosto do filme. Oh god, that's hard to say. I like the movie.
Eu gosto do filme.
I still stand by my statement that this language is a tongue twister. The pronunciation has been a whirlwind to learn. Oh wait, it's just da, isn't it? So you are sad. Você está triste. But it can just be da. I wonder if it'll take it. No, it doesn't. That is right though. Okay, so whoever makes conjugamos.com, você estar can be tá, not just está. Ver would be vem. Isn't it like that?
Eles veem.
Vem. Jesus. So much of this language is still so crazy to me. The pronunciation on that is just like, it's subtly difficult. It's subtle. Also, like, this kind of looks like Dutch or something to me. Like, dizer. So I say. So I'm just gonna guess dizu. No. Awkward. It's digo. I say eu digo, so you say você diz. I think the Z at the end is like, when there's nothing after it, it's like a S sound. So você diz.
Você diz.
How many times do I have to mess up not saying G's? This guy, Daniel Andrew, says, don't worry, the T sound is just an accent from some parts of Brazil. I live in a region, Pernambuco state, where we pronounce the T and D the same way you do. So yeah, it's not like everybody in Brazil is speaking the TI or the DI like a G or chi, but that is what I'm gonna lean into. That's what I'm gonna learn. So I gotta get it right. The correct for eu dizer is gonna be digo. Ele vê, and it's gonna be vê with a hat, right? Ele vê. Poder is irregular, so eu posso. I can. Eu posso. You can. Você pode. He can. Ele pode. Right, yes. Okay, got it. Ele pode. And then they can. I'm not gonna look. Podem. Podem? Yes. The accent is on the first part. Podem. Nós vamos. Eu fazer. Eu faço. Eu faço? Faço. Okay. Ela quer. Right. Okay, so just quer. It's starting to go back around. We're redoing ones we've already done before, but this is good. This is how we're learning. Ele ir. Vai? Vai. It's eu vou. Você vai. Ele vai. Eles vão? My brain is starting to hurt right now. Conjugations can get pretty difficult. Você fala. Você fala português? Não falo português, mas estou aprendendo português. Estou estudando as conjugações dos verbos. E a verdade é que é difícil. Right? The truth is that it's difficult. A verdade é que é difícil. Okay, so I think I got that right. Nós fazemos. Now, fazer can mean to do and to make. When a wedding is in English, like the bride and groom, when they're like professing their love for each other, they say, I do. In Brazilian weddings, do they say that? Eu faço? Someone let me know in the comments. Okay, so, nós fazemos. Oh. I accidentally typed an F at the end. You got this one wrong last time. It's not these Jizu, is it? El Jizu. Oh, I don't think it's Jizu. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess. Oh! Jigu. These irregular verbs, okay? This is why I'm doing this. Nós ficamos. This is an excellent time, I think, to dig a little bit more into ficar. Now, we listened to Kian explain to us that ficar can be used in place of ser and estar. But let's get some more clarification. Okay, ficar is a big deal and using it correctly can be powerful. Brazilians use ficar as a slang expression to talk about hooking up with or to get intimate with someone. I thought it just meant to be, but the more standard way to use ficar is when we're talking about becoming. Let's try to say something like, I'm getting confused. Eu estou ficando confuso. Eu estou ficando triste porque aprender o português é difícil e meu cérebro está ficando frito. So it means like you're getting, to get. Okay, so like to get is a very common word that gets used in English, and it sounds like ficar can just be used to be the same thing. The more common meaning is to stay or to be located. This is what I kind of was thinking. This is what I had learned from Kian. When talking about something permanent, a post office, the park, your home, you can use either ser or ficar to describe where exactly it is. Onde fica? O hotel é aqui.
O hotel é aqui.
Oh, hotel, that L at the end is ooh. Well, that was a nice little tangent, kind of studying up on the verb ficar. Let's keep going. Nós ficamos. You are. Você é. Right? Just é. Am I crazy? No, that's right. Eu gosto de fazer esses vídeos. Esses, not issos. Why did I say isso? This, that, those, these in Portuguese. When there is no specific word being described, the Portuguese use another variant, isso. Oh, okay. Esse and essa just comes before like a noun. I would say, essas casas são grandes. But if I said, what is that? It would be, o que é isso? Okay, we're at over 100. I feel pretty confident in what we've learned so far. I'm gonna try to write some stuff down. I'm gonna try to speak using the new conjugations that I got to put into practice what I've just learned. All right, here is the table of verbs we're working with. I'm gonna talk about making these Portuguese videos, which has been a lot of fun so far. Let's start talking about it. So, eu sou Joe Zapinski e estou aprendendo português também. Eu faço os vídeos. I think I have to put the os before it just because it's a noun. I don't know. That just feels right based on what I've been learning. Onde aprendo português e falo português nos vídeos, mas é difícil e não sou muito bom em falar português, mas estou tentando. All right, so we still have got a lot of verbs to use. So I'm gonna say eu quero fazer mais vídeos porque é muito engraçado pra gente brasileira. I want to make more videos because it's funny for Brazilian people. Sobretudo, eu amo aprender as idiomas. Falar outras idiomas for me. Para mim. So, para mim é uma coisa muita. I want to say like fulfilling. Satisfatória. Vejo que estou melhorando. Então, quero tentar fazer mais e poder falar português com a gente do Brasil. De Brasil? I feel like do is correct. Do Brasil. Espero que tenha gostado de vídeo. Okay, well, y'all can let me know how this turned out. I think I made some mistakes, but we're starting to learn to form sentences. And when we can learn to form sentences, we'll learn to speak and we'll learn Portuguese. Okay, this is how it goes. Okay, and we are back on day 2 of learning Portuguese verb conjugations because obviously, who is going to be able to learn all of them in one day? But here we are on day 2. We're going to be diving into past tense, which I understand we have preterite and imperfect. They do have in Spanish, which I know Spanish, and so I think this might go a little smoother than if I didn't, as well as the future tense and the conditional tense, which should cover a lot of ground and really get us going for understanding Portuguese in the future. All right, so first we're going to focus in on preterite and imperfect. The preterite is straightforward. We use it to denote completed actions. Okay, same as Spanish. AR verbs, eu andei, você andou, ele andou, ela andou, nós andamos, vocês andaram, right? Because that accent is actually going to be on that one. If it was the A with the till and then the O, then it would be andarão, which I believe that's the future tense. The main difference it looks like between the ER verbs and the IR verbs is with você, ele, and ela. The ER is going to be eu, IR is going to be eu. This makes a lot of sense to me. Let's move on to some irregular ones. Oh boy. Okay, so ser and ir are the same. Estar is going to be estive or estive.
Estive doente.
Okay, so that E is like a estive, not estive. And then ter, tive, teve, tivemos, tiveram. Imperfect. We use the imperfect to talk about durable actions in the past that convey continuity or repetition. We also use imperfect to express politeness and wishes. We use the imperfect when we talk about regular actions in the past. Antigamente nadava quase todos os dias. Before I swam almost every day. In this context, it is common to use the auxiliary verb costumar, imperfect, followed by the main verb in the infinitive. So that kind of means like used to. Continuity. We also use the preterite imperfect to talk about an action that was taking place in the past. Eu falava com o Paulo quando alguém bateu a porta. Nevava quando saí de casa. It was snowing when I left home. Can't I also say estava nevando? In these situations, however, it's more common to use the structure with the auxiliary verb estar. Oh! Okay, I answered my own question. If I was going to say I was talking to Paulo when someone knocked on the door. Eu estava falando com o Paulo quando alguém bateu a porta. We also use the preterite imperfect when referring to the future. In English, that corresponds to either was, were, going to, or would. This again makes sense. I don't think this is like really that new or confusing of information. We also use the preterite imperfect when we wish for something. In English, you typically use the structure would plus infinitive. Adorava ver-te novamente. Really? So you wouldn't just use the conditional? Another situation where we use the imperfect is in conditional sentences. Why are we using the imperfect in conditional sentences and not the conditional? Se fizesses mais desporto, estavas em melhor forma. If you practice more sports, you'd be in better shape. Why can't I say, se fizesses mais desporto, estarias em melhor forma? Can I say that? Or do I have to say, estavas em melhor forma? All right, I feel ready to tackle conjugamos.com. Reminder that these are the 12 verbs we're working with. Here we go. Right now, again, we're just focusing on preterite and imperfect. I have a feeling this one's not going to go as well. So, elas ver. I feel like this is irregular. I am gonna reference the list we had, because otherwise, like, I don't even know what I'm doing. ER verbs is ia. I'm gonna say it's veia. Oh, elas. So it'd be viam. Nas poder. I think it's just podemos. Podemos. Elis dizem. This is definitely irregular. I'm gonna guess dizem. Oh dear. Nah, I don't even know. Okay, here we go. Preterite of nos ir. That's easy. That's gonna be fuimos. Fomos. Nós fomos à tienda. How do you say store?
Nós fomos à loja.
Nós fomos à loja. Imperfect of eu ficar. Now, I'm pretty confident this one is gonna be ficava. Let's go. First one right. Preterite of estar, você, estou. No, because estou is I am. Like, estou correndo. Estou aprendendo. Elas ir. Preterite. Foram. Yes. Imperfect of ver for ela. Yeah, just via. Right? It's an accent. It's like that. No accent. Estávamos. Okay, sorry. I'm not putting all the accents. I don't know why I just clicked check answer again, and it's trolling me. You typed the same thing last time, and it was wrong then, too. This frog is starting to look at me kind of like the way the Duolingo owl looks at me when I screw things up. So, preterite, vocês, poder. I feel like it's irregular. It's got to be irregular, right? Yes, it changes to a U. Vocês puderam fazer isso? Porque eu não posso fazer isso. É difícil. Yeah, okay. So, preterite, pude? No, pude? Yes, this would be você pude, right? It should be the same, yeah. Eu pude, você pude. Pode. For so many of the verbs, well, the eu form and the você, ele, ela form is the same. Not in this case, though. Preterite of dizer. That's gonna be você disse. Right? Yes. We're starting to get it. Preterite of ele querer. Ele quis, right? Ele quis. Yes. Preterite of estar of eles is gonna be estarão. Right? Oh, wait, no. That would be too simple. It's irregular. So it's going to be foram. Eles foram. No, because that would be ser or ir. Estar is estiveram. Ele poder. Ele pudo. Pode. That's right. I made that same mistake last time. Você pode fazer essa coisa hoje. You could do that today. This is a different day than we did the present tense verbs. My brain is starting to hurt. Preterite of ela ser is going to be ela foi. Yes. You got this one wrong last time. Yes, I did. Preterite você poder is going to be... No. Você pode. Right? Yes! Yes! As I get more of them right, as I feel more comfortable with this, I'm getting more motivated, okay? I'm getting energized. I'm getting like a Mario power-up. Let's try to get this to 85% if we can. We're doing 100 questions here. I got this one wrong last time. Preterite of dizer is gonna be ele disse. Yes! Okay, all right. I was worried about that one. Preterite of gostar is gonna be... Oh, this is easy. That's just gostamos. When does it have the accent and when does it not? I swear sometimes, a lot of the ones I've gotten wrong is I've gotten it right, I just didn't spell it with the accent. Okay, we got 2 more questions. I don't think it's possible for us to get an 85, but if we get the next 2 correct, we can get an 84. So preterite of ficar is nós ficamos. Oh, brother. Is the A with an accent or not? I'm gonna say no. Thank goodness. Okay, so preterite. So this is gonna be gostaram, right? Yes! 9 in a row to finish it off. That's an 84%. All right, let's write a short, funny little story using past tense. I'm gonna say, let's first write a quick little story in English, then we'll translate it. So in high school, I ran for the track team and also liked to solve Rubik's cubes in class. I wasn't a very good student, but I did enjoy languages because I went to high school in Texas. Most kids took Spanish class, which I also took Spanish class. Sounds so rudimentary. This is where I started my language journey. After 10 years, I learned Spanish really well and wanted to start learning a new language. So I chose Portuguese. I have tried to learn other languages, but not with as much success. Let's translate. In high school, I ran for the track team. We're gonna have to look a lot of these words up because I'm getting the conjugations down more or less, but I do not know a lot of them. So if I want to say high school, I'm gonna say ensino médio. And please correct Google Translate on this. Ensino médio corria. So I'm basically saying I used to run for the track team. Okay, so I would say para equipe de atletismo. Corria para o equipe do atletismo. E também eu gostava de fazer, okay, solve. I'm just gonna say fazer Rubik's cubes, cubo de Rubik in class na aula. Não era estudante muito bom. I wasn't a very good student, mas eu gostava das idiomas. No ensino médio, eu corria para o equipe do atletismo e também eu gostava de fazer cubos de Rubik na aula. Do I have my Rubik's Cube around here somewhere? Here, I'm just mixing it up. I know some people seem to think that like, oh, if you're mixing it up yourself and then you solve it, you're like, you could cheat, like you're making it easier for yourself. If you know how to solve Rubik's Cubes, you know that that's not true. Okay, let's go for this real quick. Okay, there it is. Solved. Okay. Moving on with the video. So, because I went to high school in Texas, porque I went to. So, eu ia a ensino médio no Texas. Most kids, a maioria das pessoas. So, a maioria dos estudantes estudavam espanhol. And I would say, eu também estudava espanhol. Isso é onde to start is começar. Comecei my learning journey. Minha jornada das idiomas. All right, after 10 years. How do you say after? Oh my God. Okay, after 10 years.
Depois de 10 anos.
Depois de 10 anos. That's hard to say for some reason. Aprendi o espanhol muito bem. E I wanted to start learning a new language. I wanted. Eu quise, right? Eu quis. Just quis. No quise. Quis começar a aprender uma idioma nova. So I chose Portuguese. Então, so how do you say to choose? Escolher. Escolhi, right? O português. I have tried to learn other languages, but not with as much success. Eu tinha? I want to say I have tried. Eu tenha tentado. I had tried. Eu tenha tentado aprender outras idiomas, mas não tenha. I haven't had. Tenha tido? Is it ter or tiver? Ter or tiver? I don't understand. So ter versus tiver. Okay, so here we go. As an auxiliary verb, the verb ter also functions as an auxiliary verb to form compound tenses, such as the use of the present perfect in the example below. Eu tenho acordado muito cedo. So actually, this should be eu tenho, right? Eu tenho tentado aprender outras idiomas, mas não. And eu tenho tido much success. Muito sucesso. Okay, there we go. Boom, we made it through. Let's try to read this. No ensino médio, corria para a equipe de atletismo. E também eu gostava de fazer cubos de Rubik na aula. Não era um estudante muito bom, mas eu gostava dos idiomas porque eu ia a um ensino médio no Texas, onde a maioria dos estudantes estudavam espanhol. Eu também estudava espanhol. Isso é onde comecei minha jornada dos idiomas. Depois de 10 anos, aprendi o espanhol muito bem e quis começar a aprender uma idioma nova. Então eu escolhi o português. Eu tenho tentado aprender outros idiomas, mas não tenho tido muito sucesso. Boom! Let's go. All right, this leaves us with 2 more types of conjugations to practice. Now, I want to point out here, I'm under no illusions. Conjugations take years to really seep into your brain, but we had to start somewhere. All right, here we go. From the same website, PortuguesePedia.com, we're now going to be learning about conditional tense. Now, this one should be a lot easier. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Portuguese continues to surprise me. In Portuguese, we use the conditional tense to express desire, talk about unreal scenarios, or convey politeness. It is relatively easy to conjugate verbs in the conditional tense. We go from the infinitive form, our stem, and add the following endings: ia, ias, ia, íamos, and iam. So, gostar would be eu gostaria, tu gostarias, ele, ela gostaria, gostaríamos, gostariam. Following verbs are exceptions to the above. Oh, okay, so we do have irregular ones. Just what I needed. This actually is the same in Spanish, so that's easy. Why don't we also take a look at future tense? Okay, so it would be pensaré, pensará, pensaremos, pensarão. So again, this is like the same as Spanish, so that should be easier to remember. Let's head over to conjugamos.com. Hopefully we can do better than an 84%. Future of gostar is going to be ele gostará. Gostará. I feel like it's got the accent, right? Yes, it does. Ver is going to be eu verei. Conditional of nos estar is going to be nos. Does the I have an accent? There is an accent. Estarían. Oh. Elas falariam. No. This is future. Falarão. Oh, right, because that would be, that's past tense. All right, so 10 more. We have a 90% right now. We got 7 in a row. We're doing good. We're heating up. So future of ir is going to be irei. Future falar is going to be eu falarei. Andai falaremos, like we'll talk later. Okay, 92%. We did 50 of them. That's pretty good. I feel pretty confident on that. Let's hop back over, write a little story. I would like to know if it would be possible to run a marathon in January in the Arctic. I ask because it will be winter. It'll be cold, very cold. So cold that I would probably get really sick and hurt myself. I don't want to do that, so I wanted to check first if it would be safe. I will always choose to be safe instead of not safe, I guess. Okay, I like to run, I would like to run, and I always will run, but I need to know if it will be okay for me and my health. Okay, that is silly and doesn't really make any sense, but we're just gonna roll with it. Let's translate it. Eu gostaria de saber se seria possível. Is that right? Possible? Possível correr uma maratona em janeiro na Ártica. Is that it? No Ártico. I've never really put any time into like intentionally learning like no or like nah, whatever, but I'm starting to get it. I ask because pergunto porque it will be winter. Winter, how do you say winter? Inverno, porque será o inverno and it will be cold. So it is cold. Está frio, so be estará frio. Muito frio. Tão frio que provável que ficaria sick. Doente. I don't want to do that. Não quero fazer isso. Então queria. I wanted to check. Eu queria verificar primeiro se seria seguro. I will always choose to be safe instead of not safe. Okay, so sempre escolherei ser seguro instead of. Em vez de não ser seguro. Okay. This makes sense, but it sounds a little weird. That's okay. I like to run. Okay, so eu gosto de correr, gostaria de correr e sempre vou gostar de correr. Oh, no. I will always run. So just sempre correrei, mas preciso de saber se será seguro para mim e my health, minha saúde. Ok, eu gostaria de saber se seria possível correr uma maratona em janeiro no Ártico. Pergunto porque será inverno e estará frio, muito frio. Tão frio que é provável que ficarei muito doente. Não quero fazer isso, então queria verificar primeiro se seria seguro. Sempre escolherei ser seguro em vez de não ser seguro. Eu gosto de correr, gostaria de correr e sempre correrei, mas preciso saber se será seguro para mim e minha saúde. Oh, my brain hurts so bad right now. That was like maybe 2 hours straight of just conjugations. We did our best though. I feel like I've learned so much over these 2 days, locking in the conjugations. I'm ready to move forward and just start consuming more content in Portuguese, regardless of whether it's language learning content or whatever. Just start immersing myself more in Brazilian Portuguese content and also Portugal Portuguese content, right? Like, I think it's good to have a holistic understanding. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for following my Portuguese journey. It means so much to me. If you enjoy following me on this journey, please consider becoming a member of my channel. It's $2.99 a month. It will really help me continue to grow this channel and continue to have time to learn Portuguese and make these videos as well. Thank you again, and I will see you all in the next video. Oh my God, I actually am so burnt right now. My brain actually is frito.